Hello, everybody, and welcome to Back to Dial's List Head-to-Head. I'm Asa.
And I'm Adam.
Adam is the gentleman up at the top of your screen playing Broba Fett and Junk against Jon Conley's classic Palp Aces 2.0. So, as we get into the opening moves of this game, Adam, go ahead and walk me through your list.
Okay, so list, we got Boba Fett, Ig8. Well, you can read it. It's literally right there. So Boba just has the Ig8D crew, and then the IG has the IG2000 crew. And then Jakku Gunrunner just has 000 cloaking and afterburners. So basically, my idea behind this was, Boba and IG give themselves lots of... Well, Boba gets his rerolls, and they can just kind of pass calculate tokens between each other. So they always have at least some kind of modification.
Yep.
And then the Gunrunner is just fun because you got the cloaking device and afterburners to give it an essential, gigantic boost. And then 000 just to, so you basically just always want to keep him in your opponent's way to get either a calculator. In this game, it basically just gave Jon an extra stress a couple times.
Yeah, either 000 gives your opponent a stress or gives you a calculate. It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Now, Jon here is playing Colonel Jendon with Palpatine and Electronic Baffle, a Soontir Fel with Predator Stealth Device and Auto Thrusters, and Whisper with Trick Shot, Collision Detector, Director Krennic, and Stealth Device. So 4 agility ships, 5 on Whisper if she's cloaked and still has that Stealth Device up, with Emperor Palpatine to back them both up, and some insane maneuverability options. I really like this list, Jon's list. If you listened to the actual list head-to-head episode, we talk about them a lot more in depth. But what I want to talk about right now is, Adam, what was your game plan? Well, right now here at the start of this, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking kill the shuttle.
Thinking kill the shuttle.
Kill that shuttle. I think Jon. We were talking to Jon about this afterwards, and of course that's on the podcast. If you listen to that episode, I think he mentioned.
With a link in the description of the below, by the way.
Yeah. He mentioned he thought that he started them way too far apart at the beginning, and I definitely took advantage of that. I just screamed forward with all 3 ships just coming right at that shuttle.
I think I agree. Also interesting there is Jon's decision to cloak first round of combat instead of taking the target lock afforded to him with Director Krennic plus proccing Jendon's ability, perhaps, to lay that in for a future round.
Yeah, I think he said he forgot to do that, and he was like, oh,
yeah,
dang it.
Because there's not a ton that's gained by decloaking right here. Even to the left, maybe he can get a block in Jendon. We'll see if he ends up doing that. To keep Jendon behind, but for the most part, Whisper doesn't get a ton except for the evade token. So Whisper's pretty intense here. She gets a lot of tokens in 2nd edition.
Yeah, I saw her. She had 2 evade tokens a few times.
And here comes a 1 bank from Jon's shuttle. Not really putting him very much into the fight right there, sneaking right past Whisper, but he doesn't come way in. Maybe he'll have a shot on the Quadjumper.
I think he ends up having one. I've watched this a few times now, just trying to get the overlay right.
Yep.
So it's an interesting kind of process to do this not live. It's just few different steps, but and then here you'll actually see me bend down and marvel at his little Whisper target lock. So there he gets the Whisper target lock.
There it is. Mm-hmm.
So it's actually,
he could have had target lock focus here though. That's
true.
That's definitely the thing.
But and that actually would have helped him a lot here because I screamed forward with that 4 straight, just right up in shooty shuttle range.
Now, would you have attempted that 4 straight if that wasn't a medium base IG?
Thinking, I mean, yeah, probably. That actually would have got me range 1 because I think that's range 2 here.
It might have been, and also might have hit that rock.
Oh, I see what you... Yeah, as far as the rock, then I would not have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Now, Jon going forward and bumping into Colonel Jendon, that's a really, really interesting thing. I'm not sure exactly what he was going for there.
Was he trying to do something with Trick Shot here?
No.
Because Trick Shot's only through
Trick Shot only procs when you're obstructed by obstacles. So if the attack is still technically obstructed, but it's not, it's not through there. Now, do you think something like a 4 straight on there just to get range 1 and blast IG might have been a better option?
Maybe, but that also puts Whisper at range 1 of both of those guys at that point.
So what were you thinking here, making IG come in ahead of Boba?
Probably, hey, that fits like this, and then, well, because Boba doesn't have that boost. IG is thinking
Boba does have that boost.
Wait, Boba does have that boost.
Yeah, Boba does have a boost.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Here comes Soontir Fel in from the right, barrel rolling out, and then we'll probably see a boost right here to the left, bringing him maybe even in bullseye arc of that Jakku Gunrunner. Range 3 through the rock, but if he gets both his Predator reroll and a focus, it's still a solid shot. So start of the combat phase here, there's several things that happen. Jon here is checking for the bullseye, and he does not have it, although it is very, very close.
Yep, instead gets a range 3 through the rock.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that is a cloak token, so I did end up using cloaking device here. So I think, yeah, here's the shot. Range 3 obstructed.
Absolutely, right through that rock. Now, Soontir does not have trick shot, as cool as that would be.
Pew.
And there's a bunch of stuff. I think there's one hit in there, and here comes
No, there wasn't even a hit. It was 2 blanks and a focus.
And 2 blanks and a focus, and then there's a bunch of bunch of blanks and 1 evade from those green dice.
It is fun to get to roll that many. I don't usually get to.
And here comes Whisper's shot. Looks like we're actually going to take the range 3 onto Boba. That's an interesting call rather than to shoot the IG that she's got a target lock on.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Jon's idea here was, get shots at Boba while he's not close to anyone for the rerolls while you can.
Right. I definitely agree with that, although I wonder why he didn't put his lock onto Boba turn 2 right there when he had the chance to do so.
Well, I was kind of being aggressive with the aggressor.
Uh-huh.
So it might have been maybe he thought he was going to have a better opportunity at IG.
And a little confusion here right on the table. IG-88D does not share your pilot ability with the IG-2000 IG-88, the actual with that guy. That would be really, really good. But no, we thought that IG-88 might get one, but unfortunately, he does not get rerolls.
Well, and it was barely range 2, so wouldn't have anyways, but...
So here comes Whisper's range 3 shot into Boba. Jon rolling 4 dice out of habit, and that will be quickly corrected.
Oh, yep. He rolled too many there. It's like, oh, this is 2nd edition.
This isn't old Whisper, folks. Unfortunately,
not nearly as much red.
Oh, I guess he is shooting at IG-88.
Oh, so he's shooting at IG, spending a lot.
Shooting at IG-8, hitting 2 blanks into a hit and 2 blanks. IG-88 will handily dodge that, and now it is Boba's shot. Now, Whisper does not get her 2nd evade token from that. If she makes an attack that hits, she receives 1 evade token, which might be rough when we go back to dials here because she won't be able to recloak.
Well, she still has the evade.
Mm-hmm.
So she can spend that one.
There's Boba firing into the shuttle, barely a range 2, spending a calculate token for a hit crit.
I'm loving those calculate tokens. They're just so good. Especially because, I mean, there isn't too many instances I've had where I needed, both calculate tokens.
Right.
So
usually
you use one.
Excellent.
Yeah, but most of the time you only need one. So the fact that you have 2 and you basically get a mod 2 different things, like 1 attack, 1 defense, it's way better than just a focus.
1 shield and 1 damaged engine crit going through into Colonel Jendon. More hull now in 2nd edition, and less shields means that he'll be feeling those crits early and often.
Yep, and I had to redo the overlay like 3 times because of that. I think one time I forgot to, or for some reason the hull wasn't back up to the 6, and I was used to it being at 5, so I was like, yeah, it's just 5. And then, anyways.
Here comes Jendon, shot range 3 through the rock into the Jakku Gunrunner. Only 1 hit there, unfortunately. Another hit, 2 blanks roll.
These first couple rounds of attacks were not great for Jon. His dice were not super happy with him.
No, that's pretty sad. And here comes plenty of evades right there from the Gunrunner. End of the turn, Whisper will spend 1 evade token and regain her cloak. Nothing else on your side. Well, we do actually have one start of the end phase roll from that Jakku Gunrunner's cloaking device.
Yep.
It rolled a hit, so it doesn't blow up.
It only blows up on a focus result.
Exactly.
And I guess one thing to note, it used to be in 1.0, you used to have to roll a defense die, even though it really doesn't matter because both dice have 2 focus results.
2 out of it. It just depends on which dice you think are treating you the best that day.
That's true. And it's usually not the green ones.
Whisper decloaking to the left. We will see a right-hand turn here, I believe, in order to come back into the fight. Jendon is going to stall, I believe it was. Here comes the Jakku Gunrunner. Now, Jon mentioned in the episode he was thinking that Gunrunner was going to come around the rock and try to nail Soontir with a tractor beam. I don't think you could have pulled that off.
Yeah, I think I was telling him after the fact. He was like, "Man, I really thought you were going to go for Soontir." Like, I don't think I could have. Like, I was just barely too far to be able to decloak to pilot left towards Soontir. Mm-hmm. So I would have had to go straight forward and around. And
I don't I was looking at that, but I don't think that you could have cleared a 2 straight or like a 2 hard turn, even like cloaked. Around that rock. I could have
done it too hard, but
I think
then
I
wouldn't be close enough is the thing.
Right.
I would either hit the rock or not be close enough, and then I don't get afterburners because you need to go through faster, which is why I just, all right, turn the other way, go towards the shuttle. Yeah. So here we're just checking bullseye. Nothing. So no bullseye in the shuttle, so it gets 1 tractor token.
That boost, by the way, came from afterburners.
Yep, afterburners boost.
Firing off one of the 2 afterburners charges, so he's got 1 left.
Yeah, so I got 1 cloak charge, 1 afterburners charge at this point. Man, that's fun.
And
you see how you could see how much distance that Quadjumper travels.
Speaking of distance traveled, Jendon moving forward with a 3 straight. That shuttle travels some significant distance as well. Now, my question right there is as to why it performs a 3 straight instead of something like a 2 hard turn. Go in and use that shuttle as a blocker. A 2 hard turn to the left?
Probably wanted to utilize that rear arc, get some attacks instead.
I mean, you could have still utilized the rear arc onto the Quadjumper, but now you're blocking IG because IG is about to come in with a slow maneuver, as is Boba, and so here he comes. In fact, there's the 3 sloops, so the 2 hard would have gotten rear arc on him anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. We need Jon here.
No, it's an interesting question. Like, when do you think about going in for a block versus trying to get shots on somebody?
Yeah, I know. Here, my plan was to, since they both share that IG-88A ability of passing calculate tokens, you'll see me once Whisper's done with her actions. So first, I take the IG-88A, and I can do the maneuver that gets him in a good position. And then with Boba, it's basically going to be my token generator.
Right. So Whisper coming in with a 2 bank to the right from her decloaked position, landing just barely inside IG-88's arc and barrel rolling to the left in order to try to proc that trick shot. Boba coming in, that crick shot. Boba comes in then with a 1 bank to the pilot left, and he's going to double calculate, just as you said, so that he can get one of those tokens, pass 1 to IG. He's got a couple rerolls at this point as well. Jon there commenting that he thought that he would be in a different position from a Quadjumper tractor beam, but instead he's in the perfect position to move straight in, barrel roll, boost to the left, and I think this is actually going to get him bullseye on Boba. A bullseye, if you will.
I believe he did in this one.
There's a very solid bullseye
shot. That'll give him his focus right now, and then also activates Predator.
Right. So start of the combat phase, there is that bullseye firing arc. So start of the combat phase, we got a couple effects here. There is the Soontir Fell focus.
Well, no, there's the Mike pass a calculate, center focus, and then Tugboat is now using 000. One of the couple times I remembered.
So 000 states that you choose one ship at range 1, one enemy ship, and they either choose to receive a stress token or you get a calculate token. So it's a very effective way to stress control or give you a token.
Yep. So
I like it on Boba himself, actually. It was very nice to use that in the only couple games that I've played with him.
Yeah, if I wasn't using it for the IG slot, I would most certainly put that on Boba.
Well, there's a shot from Soontir.
Yep.
Focus that for 2 hits after a Predator reroll.
And bam.
And Boba just natties that right there.
Boba was shutting down all of Jon's attacks in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. He did get an extra one through the rock. Here comes range 1 from Whisper. Not quite through the rock like Jon would hope to get that trick shot bonus, but it's still a range 1.
And here he's thinking, oh, I should have target locked with Optimized Prototype.
And he will spend that focus in order to get 2 hits
not
there on
spending
Whisper.
a focus, that was Palpatine.
That was Palpatine's. Thank you. Palpatine's force focus.
Yep.
To get 2 hits on
So new
Whisper.
Palpatine basically just has one reoccurring force charge that anyone in your list can spend while he's alive.
Boba
right? rolls
rolls 1 evade, 1 blank, re-rolls that blank into another evade.
Yeah, and one of those is a cock die. I think I had to re-roll. So that was the first re-roll.
Boba firing now range 1 onto the shuttle. He definitely gets 1 re-roll there. 1, maybe 2. Was Whisper? Yeah, Whisper was range 1.
Yeah,
Whisper rolled only fired 3 dice.
Oh, well then that must
be
range
so it's range 2.
Okay.
Yep. So Whisper's at range 2, so he only gets 1 re-roll. Hey, it's still Predator.
Yep, there's the
Boba
re-roll.
re-rolling. There's a big hit 3 coming in. We're going to cancel 1 with the reinforce token that Jendon's got on him. Remember, reinforce cancels a hit if there are more than 1 hit or crit remaining.
I've got a lot of crits on, that shuttle now.
So what do we have? We have damaged sensor array, we have damaged engine, and now a fuel leak. So if Jendon receives a crit, he'll receive another hit again. Here comes the shot from IG. Debating whether or not to spend the calculate token.
Yeah.
So you spend the calculate token
no,
onto
here I
that
didn't
hit.
quite do it. Here we're still talking about it. Like, so if I spend it, this happens.
Yep.
So
If you spend the force or the focus token, the calculate token, it will still add one. It'll add 1 hit, which will then be calculate or reinforced away by the reinforced token. So since reinforce no longer cancels the last remaining hit, there's no reason to spend that calculate token. You just keep it, and do 1 damage.
Yep, because you always get 1 through if you have 1.
Yep. So there's a lot of damage on Shuttle right now, but he does still have 2 left, not just 1, because Jendon now has 6 hull, which is excellent, which is amazing.
Yeah, it pretty much fooled us here until I think this next round.
Yep. Here comes Jendon, speaking of, range 1 out the butt into Boba, firing with 3 dice.
Jon has the coolest models for all his Imperials.
Oh, yeah.
Like modded, painted. They're so cool looking.
And there's a lot of paint, but no focus means just 1 hit onto Boba, which will be evaded even without the assistance of rerolls.
Yeah, Boba was for sure the MVP in this match.
Oh, yeah. Measuring arc for the tugboat, but it does not look like he will have a shot out there at Whisper. So no shots, and now Whisper will recloak. Jendon is going to use electronic baffle to remove his stress, receive a damage. Now this basically telegraphs what his next maneuver is going to be.
Yep, it most certainly did. So now he's kind of going for the block a little too late, I think.
I think so too. I think that was definitely a missed opportunity for Jon to turn in hard there. Because if you had turned in hard, you block Boba. Whisper still got a good shot, but Boba would not have been able to fire in a blocked position.
Yeah, that could have been a very different game.
Oh yeah, or at the very least, Jendon survives for a couple turns longer, gets some rear arc shots as he moves away, and Palpatine is able to support give some extra force focus. Plus, you just keep that piece on the table. It can come back around. It can do some actual damage. Whisper decloaking to the left right there. Now, where were you thinking about going with your tugboat?
So, let's see.
I believe we're going to see a 1 hard right here.
I'm thinking like, what was yeah. I think at this point, my goal was to keep the tugboat. Oh, no, I did.
It was actually a 2-sloop.
Yeah. So there, I guess I was saying, just keep another gun on things. Maybe I can come back in, throw another tractor beam on there, because at this point, it's untouched.
Yep.
So I figured I didn't really want to get in the way of my own ships, because, they're right now, if I would have turned in, I would have just been blocking myself.
Yep. So here comes IG into the right with a 1 bank. He's going to double calculate.
As is tradition.
Yep. Which is excellent here because Boba is definitely going to bump, and IG can pass Boba one of his calculate tokens. So Boba still gets rerolls and a soft focus. But first, here comes Whisper doing a 3 hard turn to pilot right now. That lands on a rock.
But wait.
There's more. Collision detector.
There has to be a better way.
Jon's got collision detector on Whisper, which means that now he can spend 1 of 2 charges, and Whisper ignores the effects of that obstacle that round.
Yep. So that includes all the way through the engagement phase.
Yep.
So Whisper still gets to shoot.
Yep. So Whisper does not get to or does not have to roll for damage. She's actually going to barrel roll to pilot right to get her behind the rock and obstruct the attack in order to trigger trick shot from that. Now, Adam, what do you think here? We're having a little bit of a discussion. Do you think that ignore the obstacle with collision detector means that you would then ignore the obstruction and it wouldn't trigger trick shot?
Ooh.
Because that's an interesting question that I think as of the release of this episode needs an FAQ.
Yeah. Now, I'd say that is probably just one of those corner cases they didn't really think about. So for sure, an FAQ clarification. Hey, FFG, remember us? Those. Hey, we need an FAQ on this, guys.
Yep.
We need an FAQ on this, please.
Here comes Boba attempting to 2-turn to the left, but of course bumping right there. But that is just fine because he is going to have a nice shot. Soontir fell, banking to the right. He has to get around that rock. We'll definitely see, I believe, another boost barrel roll from him right here.
Yeah, another thing I was noticing throughout this whole thing, I forgot to change it to manually focus so that it didn't, because it keeps focusing on our heads when we bend over. Like, oh, Jon's hair. Nice, crispy, clean.
Nice, crispy, clean Jon's hair. Well, there's
Crystal
the barrel
clear
roll
Jon
out
hair.
towards the top and an evade. Going to take the evade, use auto thrusters to barrel roll. Nothing from Fell. Start of the combat phase. Nothing is going to happen except for the token passing. There's 1 for Boba.
And then the Quadjumper is not close enough to anyone for 000.
Yep.
And even if he was, I probably would have forgot.
Whisper now firing range 2 onto Boba. Oh, hang on. Look at that. Range 1 obstructed. The dream shot from Jon's Whisper here, coming in with 5 dice.
He's got one of his fancy worlds dice, I think. Chew.
And there's a significant amount of paint, but we're going to use Emperor Palpatine for 3 hits. Boba rolling 3 greens. He gets 2 rerolls from the 2 ships at range 1, and we're going to get 3 evades. So Boba Fett just shrugging off the damage right there.
Just nah.
He does not want to get hit. It's like, nah, Whisper. Nah.
Boba
I'm good.
MVP in this game.
Boba absolutely MVP. I mean, he's exactly in the situation where he wants to be. He's at range 1 of 2 ships. One of them is not shooting, so he's not taking fully focused fire, which is a good place to be. He's got a very good range 1 shot back into Colonel Jendon here in just a moment.
As we finish giggling.
Yep.
Boom.
Here comes Boba Fett's shot. We've got 3 hits, reroll into 4, and Jendon goes way down in a giant puff of smoke.
I think it even triggered some more crits.
Oh,
so
yeah, because
we'll
we
see
get...
Jon just lay out all these dice.
Yep, he
then
triggers the fuel leak, so he suffers more crits.
Well, it triggers fuel leak in a second here, as you point out. So we're trying to figure this out because, it's important and stuff, I guess.
Absolutely. And then there's another crit. So Jon's Jendon's got, I believe it was 10 damage cards on him.
Yep, 10.
Yep, 10 damage cards. So close to being double killed.
If only you got points for that.
You get half points again. So it's possible to score 250 points. All right, now IG has no shot, and the Gunrunner had no shot. So Whisper, Spencer evade to recloak. We go back to Dials. Whisper now decloaking to the right. This is a riskier maneuver for Jon because it puts her now closer to the Quadjumper's fury.
Well, the one problem with this is the Quadjumper's blues are
Trash?
2. Yeah, it's like 2 straight, 2 bank, I think. That's about it.
Yep.
So there was no way I was going to be able to get Whisper. So, yep, here's the 2 bank to clear that stress. What did I even end up doing? I don't think I'd want to barrel roll.
I think so. I mean, if you expect that Whisper might take a quick maneuver here, a barrel roll to the left could get you a block. And barrel rolling backwards too.
I went ahead and I spent my second cloak charge. So
Gotcha.
I am cloaked again. So going on the defensive. And you don't know where I'm really going to be.
Ig8 turning around with that sweet 4K. And then here comes Whisper with her 3 banks. See, that barrel roll would have been beautiful.
I see.
That barrel roll to the left. Because you anticipate that Whisper's going to chase. So you barrel roll, you get the block, and now she wouldn't be able to shoot you, which would be very good. That's always
wouldn't
very
be able
solid.
to shoot the Quadjumper, I suppose. But
exactly, but no actions.
I think I'm actually okay with her shooting the Quadjumper because 1, cloaked, 2, then you're not shooting at Boba or IG, which are the real damage dealers. The Quadjumper's really just annoying.
Here comes Boba with a 1 bank to the pilot left. He will calculate, doing a really good job there, Adam, of making sure that 1 ship at all times is able to calculate, even while the second one is turning around.
Yeah,
so that you have tokens to pass to both people.
That's for sure one of the strengths of this list that I tried to do on purpose. Was kind of do that I guess that cycle of one person gets to remaneuver wherever they want, and then the other person is in charge of getting tokens.
Yep. There's Soontir with evade, and then we will boost right around that rock to get the Quadjumper solidly in bullseye. Start of the combat phase, Jon is going to take that focus token. We're going to pass a calculate token to IG88, and then remember BT, or remember 000.
Remember if I am, actually, because let's see. And then here I 000 onto Whisper.
Yep. So Whisper, I believe will elect to receive a stress here.
Yeah, I don't think he ever let me get a calculate.
No, that's pretty solid, especially if you are cloaked. You don't want to give you that extra token.
Yeah.
Whisper's got a pretty solid avenue right here. So
I did not end up passing
Soontir.
tokens, probably just because
Boba was under a lot of fire.
Yeah, Boba's. I was anticipating getting Boba shot at.
Mm-hmm. Spending that focus for 3 hits right there. And there's a hit that comes through, 3 hits actually, that come through into the Quadjumper.
Yep. When the Quadjumper gets hit, it just rolls blanks.
And this is why you needed to block. This is why you needed to block, because if he just kills the Quadjumper outright. So there is the range 1 shot from Whisper, and that's a big one. We see hit crit. And just enough evades there to stay alive on 1
There's 1
hull.
crit. Yep. And it was fuel leak. So, that doesn't matter too much here because that only triggers off of, I think, crits. And
Correct.
it's got one
Yeah,
hull
one
left
hull
anyway,
anyways,
so
yep.
whatever.
And now you're electing to fire at Fell right here because you've got both guns on target there, right?
Yeah. So my idea behind that is, if you got to shoot at Fell, then you need everything to shoot at Fell to even have a chance.
There's 2 hits, easily 2 evades from Soontir.
Yep, and even here, I don't think I got anything through.
Yeah.
So we'll check IG now. We got range 3 through the rock.
Now, do you anticipate to get anything through on that sort of shot?
No. Especially since I didn't make Soontir spend any tokens or anything last shot.
And there is only 1 hit, I believe, there, which is evaded
so many green
handily by John's 6 green dice.
I think I hear him there says, my turn.
Now, the Quadjumper is cloaked, so no shots there. Then we're going to roll for the cloak to blow up on the Quadjumper.
So we're like, when do I roll this? Now. Yeah, that's right.
And it actually goes off. There's the focus. So when the Quadjumper...
So we're trying to decloak to the left.
Yep.
But Soontir's... No, Whisper is in the way.
Now he actually has the option to just remove the cloak token and not decloak, which is what you elect to do. And I think that's the very solid choice here. Here comes Whisper decloaking over to the right. Now, there's the downside of the stress control because you don't get the action, the free evade action. Here, it's very important to remember on Whisper, what is assign an evade and what is an evade action, because there's a lot of stuff going on right there.
Yeah. It is nice to see a lot less cards on the table, though, that has all this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess Whisper's still pretty kitted, but, my list, I felt like it was
very light.
Pretty darn simple.
Yeah.
You got...
Here's a 1 straight to victory from the Quadjumper here.
Oh, yep.
We're going to put Tractor Beams onto Soontir. Now, technically, this does get you 2 Tractor Beam tokens onto Fell.
Which, woo, because it's a small base ship.
All right.
And then...
2 Tractor tokens. Now, you're going to roll him here. What were you thinking in terms of where you wanted to roll him?
Yeah, so you can see this takes me kind of a long time to make a decision. I'm still not sure if I made the right one. And now I'm just thinking, man, I really wish I could Photoshop John's hair onto my head. But I elected to Tractor Beam him pilot, I guess Soontir pilot left to try and get him onto that other rock. Because then I could maybe get him... I was hoping to have him run through that rock.
And deny actions.
Run through it. Yeah, and deny actions. And then also there he's right behind Boba, and then IG coming up. But
that's a solid choice. Now, I would put to you, if you think he was going to turn in, Tractor Beaming him pilot right there, still would deny. If he turns in, he bumps the Quadjumper.
That's also
and you
true.
also would guarantee the rock damage there.
Well, I don't know if he would have bumped the Quadjumper because
he would have if he turned
hard.
in.
Yeah, but it might have jumped over it though.
Not quite. He wouldn't have leapfrogged. He wouldn't have jumped the quad if you barrel rolled him backwards.
I think that was my thinking. I thought he was going to jump the quad.
Mm-hmm. Well, here comes a 2 bank to the left from Whisper, clearing that stress. We're going to take, I believe, here comes a barrel roll from Whisper, going to get out of IG-88's arc by barrel rolling off to the right there, or attempt to do so.
Maybe. Any day now.
Here it comes. There's the barrel roll right. Have to start from the middle of that base right there.
Yep. New barrel roll / decloaking and all that kind of stuff rules.
Yep. Now, this is where the fun begins, as Adam so eloquently put it on the table. There's a Talon roll to the right from Boba Fett.
I put this down and I said, wait, how does this work?
So, as far as we know, you align it with the center of the base at the end, and then you can move back and forth so that the edge of the template of that 3 hard aligns with the tick mark.
Yep.
So you don't get nearly as much forward and backward movement after a Talon roll as you used to get. You don't get nearly as much as you do out of a barrel roll now.
Yep. So I elected to go backwards as far as I could. So
you get some shots on Whisper.
Backwards a quarter base length.
Double stress and no damage. Here comes Soontir Fell. Thinking that he was going to get tractor beamed by that annoying little quad jumper over to the other side, Jon has rightly elected to slam him forward straight. Of course, now that puts him right in the gauntlet there.
So it did end up working out.
Yeah.
Although I think I elected to shoot Whisper instead because it was a better opportunity.
Well, we shall see here coming forward. He's going to boost.
Oh, this is an auto
afterburners.
Afterburners, yeah. It has the old auto thrusters art. It still confuses me.
And then Jon will simply take an evade token as his actual action so that he can get the free focus from Soontir Fel's ability and not be stressed for what I believe is a sloop next turn. What I believe is going to be a sloop.
All right, start of combat. There's that focus. And I'm passing a token to IG.
Oh,
or
yeah.
to Boba. Sorry, from IG.
From IG to Boba. When looking at this list, when talking about it, I undervalued that passing ability.
So
that's for sure.
Good. It's so good. I love
Well,
it.
first here comes Soontir Fel, and there's Fel's Wrath, ladies and gentlemen. Natural 4 hits and crits.
With you, who, as Jon is rolling, yells, Fel's Wrath, and then bam, there's 4 hits. You hear me say, get out of here.
Boba taking some tokens off there, now down to 1 shield after some very good rerolls. Whisper following up with 2 hits on 4 dice. An exactly average roll. Boba then deciding whether or not to spend that calculate token.
And he does.
Yeah, because if she hits, if Whisper hits, she gets an evade token. So by dodging the attack fully, you still have rerolls, and yet you deny Jon his defensive bonus.
Yep. Because I could have used Boba's reroll to reroll that instead of spending the token, but
that's the guaranteed thing.
Yeah, I figured it was better to just make sure I dodge it instead of maybe.
So who do you shoot at right here? If you think that you've got arcs on both, who do you shoot at?
I was shooting at Whisper because Soontir's tokened up.
That's absolutely, I think, the correct choice. There's 3 hits, or 2 hits and a focus. Boba's going to reroll. And there's 4 hits. 3 hits and a crit.
Well, 2 hits
Whisper
and 2 hits, 2 crits, I believe.
Gets 3, but we are going to lose her stealth device.
Yeah.
Take 2 shields and a crit on the hull.
Oh, and it's a direct hit.
So Whisper is now at 1 health.
And with the new direct, you do actually, it instructs you to draw a face down damage card and then flip that, and then I guess repair that card. So instead of it just counting as 2, you now actually grab 2 to make it a little less confusing.
Right. So IG-88 actually has no shot, not even on Whisper. So Jon gets off by the skin of his teeth, and we go back to Dials. So now, Adam, where do you think that Whisper's going right here? If you want to put that kill in, where do you go?
So the nice thing is Whisper doesn't ever decloak.
Right.
So probably, what was I even thinking? Somewhere to the left. So here's that 2 reverse from the Quadjumper. It can.
What was your thinking with that? If he's at 1
2.
hull,
he's just, like I said, the Quadjumper's role is to be annoying.
Sure.
So get in the. I'm just throwing him in the way there. Like I'm just trying to get in front of you to block, or just if maybe I can get a 000 one more time.
So are you doing that sort of to be 000 and bait?
Basically, yeah.
Here comes
just throwing him in the way.
1 hard turn from IG-88 to pilot left, double calculate, as you would expect. Going to be able to get focus to, or a calculate token to hand off to Boba here. And there's Whisper's 4K. Not at all what I was expecting, I think.
Yeah, I think you can hear me saying, it's like, man, Jon, like, I didn't really know what Whisper's going to do, but I definitely didn't think Whisper's going to do that.
Yeah.
And then Jon will spend the 2nd charge on collision detector for a beautiful obstructed shot, and then doesn't have to do any of the
still gets a stress
debris things. Yeah,
still gets a stress.
The stress was just from turning around,
right? But not from the debris.
Yep,
because you ignore it completely. Boba Fett is going to do a 2 straight,
3 straight.
Oh, a 3 straight, clearing Soontir, bumping the bumper.
Either one would have put him in the exact same spot, I think.
Yeah.
But I figured go fast to try and hop over things, and then I forgot I was in my own way.
Well, you've gone just far enough, I believe, to clip the arc, to clip Whisper there with Boba's arc.
Yep.
And so still 1 stress.
Yep, because Boba wasn't going to get an action regardless.
Fell with a beautiful 3 sloop there, to predicting exactly where Boba's going to be and slooping so that he's got a precious, precious bullseye.
Oh, yeah. Did he actually get the bullseye in this one, or was he just was he like right on the edge?
We will find out here right now.
Right after these messages. And we're back.
And we're back to class, everybody. Stress on to Soontir, of course, from that. And now start of the combat phase.
He does have bullseye.
We do, in fact, have bullseye, but there's the past token from Boba. Soontir firing into Boba Fett there at range 2.
That's just so good. I was having so much fun just calculate. And it's very fun in the beginning when they get to pass each other calculate. So they both end up with 2 when they originally had 2. So we got a range 2 onto Boba from Soontir. Kapew.
And there's a whole lot of there. Debating whether or not to spend that focus token.
So Boba has no rerolls. He's not close enough.
Spending that focus token for 3 right there. Boba taking 1 shield off with some good greens.
Yeah, my greens are pretty on fire this game, which doesn't usually happen.
Whisper really, really close here to being obstructed, but he's going to take out that Quadjumper with a barely unobstructed shot.
And of course, the Quadjumper rolls 2 evades.
Yep.
Still alive.
That Quadrajet transfer space tug still got it. Now arced back onto Whisper. The shot is obstructed.
I think it does end up being obstructed. Here we try this. We try the laser. We call you over.
Yep. I end up bumping the rock.
No, you think you ended up bumping IG just a tiny bit. So there's Jon's super cool blue laser.
Yeah.
Well, it's like dark blue, purpley blue.
So at this
in person.
So at this point, Adam, I want to ask you: was that choice of targets and Whisper a target of opportunity thing when they were both full up and Whisper had no tokens?
That was 100% a target of opportunity.
Gotcha. I think, yeah, definitely true because Whisper has no way to defend herself.
Right, and Soontir absolutely did.
Yeah.
Just same thing. If it had been the opposite, if Whisper had ended up with 2 evades and Soontir was there with just a stress, it would have been a shot on Soontir.
Right.
Yeah. How many hands does it take?
Measuring the arc right here. And I'm going to go ahead and call that just barely unobstructed, I believe.
Unobstructed. There we have it.
Asa has spoken. I have spoken. Sometimes that happens. Pew pew goes Boba, spending that calculate token. Whisper doing a good job. She lives.
No damage on Whisper.
Good greens go both ways.
All that for nothing.
And IG-88 just barely clipping that base. Definitely obstructed.
We
for
got
only one.
One hit, which is evaded.
And that is evaded. So ultimately, my bump didn't really matter. This ended up being a very, very good game. The Quadjumper now reversing that reverse maneuver. Going forward now with a 1 hard turn. Just get his arc on target.
Yep, another of, well, I'm alive, so I might as well try and be annoying.
Yep, Absolutely.
We're going to stay as close to the enemy as possible. Maybe get a shot. Maybe get a 000. I don't know.
IG-88 with the sloop right there. Going to sneak in right next to Soontir.
I will say, especially after this game, I have been loving these medium bases.
Oh, yeah.
They're so much more maneuverable than the large ones.
Especially when you go from a large down to a medium, like these IGs and Boba.
Oh,
it gives them so much maneuverability and so much more than they used to have as simply large base ships.
Yeah, the medium base was designed for at least these two ships.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It is absolutely perfect.
I've been having some fun with the U-Wings as well. They're a lot better on medium bases.
What was that roll for? Whisper going across that debris again.
Yes, that was Whisper. Yeah, going across the debris. I think we heard you comment, like, if Whisper dies from this, I'm going to cry.
Yeah. After that beautiful move from Jon. High risk, high reward. Boba Fett here going one straight. He's going to get the double calculate so that IG can get one too. Double calculate, and Soontir in straight up chase position. Going, what's that, a 4 forward? We will see a barrel roll down and a boost in to try to arc dodge Boba Fett right there.
So yeah, I believe barrel down, boost pilot right. And it actually ended up being just inside arc, but I think I still shoot at Whisper because,
right.
All I need is that one damage.
Now, if he could have, that's the second edition barrel roll. Those arc dodging maneuvers are a little bit worse because if he had been able to barrel roll fully forward, a la first edition, he's out of Boba's arc.
Oh, 100%.
He's gone. He's gone. You're not hitting that sucker.
So we're passing a token, start the engagement phase.
And Soontir Fel gets his focus. We, I believe, forgot to 000 right there.
Yep, I did. I didn't think it really mattered that much, though, because that would have just 000'd.
Nope.
Whisper.
And there's Fel's Wrath coming right back in. 2 evades after the calculate, but Fett does take 2 more hull.
Yep, I think it was a hit crit.
Yep.
With
a hull breach. So everything on Boba is face up now.
That is my least. I think that's one of my least favorite crits.
Oh, it's so bad because that's the one that starts chaining things.
And there goes the tugboat.
Yep, a lot of hits. Here's the crit that triggers fuel leak, which means he gets another hit, and then there's the third crit.
Here I just say, "Oh, I forgot 000."
Jon commenting right there that it definitely matters because Whisper gets her evade, so now she becomes tougher to kill. If she can survive here on just 1 hull,
yeah,
then that's a dang game, especially since Boba's just got hull breach now. He could go down in a flash with the right crits.
Oh, yeah. So we got the range 1 out the back of Boba.
You have to kill that
Gotta
Phantom.
take it. Boba
There's
rerolls.
2 rerolls from Boba. 3 hits, and that will kill her even with the evade. Whisper just takes 1 after she spends the evade, but she still goes down.
Yeah, got some kind of crit.
Hitting a crit there, actually, and she's gone. Now, IG-88 is going to take a pot shot at Soontir. Range 3.
Let's throw some dice. Pew.
For 2 hits after the calculate.
Ooh.
Only 1 evade from Soontir's green dice going cold, so the stealth device's charge is depleted now, and Soontir takes 1 hit. Sometimes that's what happens. And auto thrusters from first edition isn't there to save you at range 3 now. You still have to worry about being in arc. 2 straight forward there from the IG-8. A very solid maneuver considering that Soontir is probably going to chase Boba Fett.
Yep, not much. Oh, I just heard the there's an alarm going
Yep,
off.
timer going off, not the game timer, the tater timer.
Yeah, I think this game actually went to about an hour and 10 minutes.
Right.
So almost to time, but not quite.
There's Boba Fett with a 2 straight forward. Now, do you repair the hull breach here, or do you calculate?
I absolutely repair the hull breach because IG calculated.
Yep.
So, we
You've
got our
gotta-
calculates. So I
have
think
to
here
repair
I'm
the
sitting
hull
and I'm
breach.
thinking, I'm like, oh, what do I want to do? Oh, I have a crit. I better handle that.
There's the hull breach down.
So hull breach is down.
That's what crit tokens are for, folks. Put them out so that you remember your stuff.
Oh, I did forget to do that, didn't I?
No. You repaired it.
I did.
Yeah, you did repair it, but
Well,
you
I
took
didn't
way
put the
too
token.
long to realize that.
Yes,
it was
I forgot the crit token there.
Soontir just going straight and then boosting an interesting shot, considering that Boba had to move. Maybe Jon anticipated you doing a slower maneuver to like a 1 straight there, and then he would have been blocked.
Yeah, see, here I wasn't really trying to block Soontir. I was just trying to make it so he couldn't escape arc.
Mm-hmm.
Because, blocking Soontir won't help me that much because I need both those shots to really focus fire him down.
And if Soontir is blocked with a bullseye arc anyway, he still gets his focus.
Exactly.
So spending a calculate token and Soontir's 4 dice is going to handily dodge him.
Pop dials down.
Yep.
That was fast.
IG-88 just going 2 straight, still in chase position right here.
Trolling along, waiting for a fish.
Jon, I just want to mention at this point, Jon is still very much in this. With enough time, Soontir can pop Boba.
Absolutely.
We see how even here in 2nd edition, even when Boba's shields go down, he starts to drop really quickly. So that's an interestingly hard turn there. If you're expecting, what were you expecting from Soontir right there?
I was just kind of expecting him to either run away or maybe do a two turn to pilot left to try and kind of bump me and then go back around just to avoid getting shot. So see, I do this boost here. Say, well, I guess if he bumps me up there, cool.
And here comes a sloop.
Yeah, he ends up doing a sloop right next to Boba. So he gets out of Boba's arc.
Brilliant. In this, our first filmed and recorded 2nd edition game, it is fantastic. We're seeing so much of the new mechanics from these ships. We're seeing medium-base ships. We're seeing sloops on interceptors. And Fel's Wrath strikes again.
Well, I think that was just a one.
Just one
shot. Pew.
Fel's. When I said wrath, there was in air quotes this second time.
Fel's meh.
Fel's wrath. IG-88 firing here, range 3. He does have that calculate token that he's going to spend for 3 hits.
It takes one, plinking away.
Yep. Fell at only 1 hull right there.
That's half points.
That's half points on the super, super cheap Soontir Fel. He starts at 52 points.
Yeah, so Jon actually did pretty well MOV-wise in this game.
Yep,
right
getting
now.
half points on
well.
Boba,
Yeah, got
killing
half
that
on
quad
Boba,
jumper.
got the quad, so...
It's just, what is that, a 72 point... In fact, here, if it's just Fel versus IG-88 at the end, you only win by 2 points.
Yeah, actually, looking at that, like, wow, that's interesting.
Boba Fett adeptly there, just doing a 1 straightforward. Soontir doing a 2 hard, trying to keep it coming around, just missing that rock by an expert millimeter. He will evade and then attempt a barrel roll. Or he's going to attempt
here
the
he tried to
boost.
boost and he fails. He absolutely should have. I think here he says,
say
"Oh, I should have
evade
barrel
and-
rolled evaded."
Yeah, or evade
barrel
first,
rolled.
right?
Yep, evade first and then auto thrusters barrel roll.
Right, and then you can attempt the barrel roll or the boost. So then you get the evade. But since he attempted the boost first and failed, you did not complete an action. So no linked actions or abilities that trigger after you perform an action can work. So he does not get to evade now.
Yeah, I think what he wanted to do is boost barrel roll.
Yep.
So that's why he tried to do that boost first.
Yep.
So here he's saying, should have gone back that way.
Yeah. Evade first, then barrel roll, you get your focus. Now a tokenless Soon Tier fell against 2 of these bounty hunters.
And this is those shots that when you a shot against an interceptor. There's the game.
There's the game. Soon Tier fell going down in a pile of flame and smoke. Adam Kattnig, congratulations for winning episode 1 of List Head-to-Head. Well, I guess what episode? I don't know.
Episode 1 in a while.
Yeah, episode 1 in a while of List Head-to-Head. Thank you very much, Jon, for participating in this. You can listen to episode, I want to say 42. It's going to be linked in the show notes or in the description of this video below. So definitely check that out. Thank you for watching this Back to Dials video, and we'll be back next time.